So you need explosive, but maybe you're not really sure how to get your hands on it, or you're just looking for an easy way to farm up a bunch of money. Either way, you've come to the right place. In this guide, I will show you the absolute best way to farm explosive in Deadside, so that you can spend more time raiding and less time farming. So to begin, let's start with the area on the map that we will be traveling to. I'm sure most of you can guess where. This is the Himash, or Kimash. I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced since it's in Russian.
Himash.
But it's a chemical factory and industrial area. Most English-speaking players just call it the harbor, or more commonly, they will call it double hard, since it's kind of common to see 2 hard missions active at this location at once. For explosives, this area is without a doubt the best. No area on the map comes even close to the amount that spawns here. To give you an example, the other areas that spawn explosive that I know of are Bunker, South Military, and Northeast Military Base, and these locations have about 5 to 10 possible explosive spawns. Meanwhile, in this guide, I'm going to show you a route that has 49 possible explosive spawns in it, and we're not even covering every single spawn in the area. We're going to skip some just for the sake of time. So that should give you a good idea of just how much actually spawns in this area. But before we get into the route, you need to prepare a little bit. See, this area is very dangerous. Not only is it one of the biggest PvP spots on the map, but it also is just constantly full of military AI and missions. These missions might prevent you from running to certain places in this route, or if you don't bring enough gear, some of the military patrols might take you out. So you should probably at least have an assault rifle and something like police armor. A sniper rifle like a Mosin couldn't hurt either. You will probably also want a backpack so that you can store all the loot that we're going to be picking up. And finally, bring some bandages or sterile rags just in case you get hurt. Assuming that you have all of this prepared, you are ready to try this route. So there are a lot of spawns that you will be needing to memorize, so before actually jumping in game to look at them, let's look at this map that I've created. This map shows all of the explosive spots that we will be farming on this route. To make this more simple, let's walk through the route on paper, and then we can jump in game and do the route for real. So this is where the route starts. You're probably going to recognize this area as one of the first spots that you see when approaching the harbor. This road leads to the bridge, and up north here is Alexkiva. And then you'll see these big gray buildings with 2 pipes on the top. You're going to want to come to the second one, look under it, and there's a gap in the floor. Under that gap is 3 possible spawns. If you do end up seeing something down there, go ahead and jump down and grab the explosive. Once you've jumped down, there is a pipe that goes all the way under the ground and pops out right here, so go ahead and crawl through that. There's going to be stairs right here, and under those stairs is possibly an explosive. If nothing spawned in this area, just kind of walk past and glance down into the stairs and see if there's something there. After looting these little underground spots, I like to run over this direction. This is where the epic and hard mission spawns, so I'm sure some of you are familiar with this area. I first immediately check these warehouses right here. There's 1 explosive spawn. You'll walk in, look to the left, and there's something on the cabinet. From there, I walk over here. You're going to want to jump onto a wall, and then look on top of these pipes, and on top of the pipes, there is 1 spawn there. So after that, you're going to walk into the first floor of this building. There's 4 spawns on the first floor. And when we actually run through the route live in-game, I will show you where these spawns are. It's just kind of hard to show on the map. Then we're going to walk up these stairs, grab 1 spawn here, and then we're going to run over here. So now we're in this building. And this building has probably the most explosive in the entire area. I think there's 5 or 6 spawns on the second floor. There's 1 on the third, and then I think 2 in the first floor. You can also check this VSD spawn right here if you feel like it. I'll skip it sometimes, but if nobody's around, there's no reason not to check it. If you don't know, you walk up this big construction tower, and then on the outside there's some wooden scaffolding. You can kind of see it right here, and the VSD will spawn right there. I'll probably show it to you when we go in game. So once we're done with this area, we're going to walk out of the building and come over here. Actually, we're probably going to go around there. This area has 2 explosive. There's 1 in a little red crate that's going to be right here. Then you'll walk up a set of stairs, and on top of the balcony, there's a spawn right there. Once we're done with that, we can walk out the back door around here, jump on top of this train car, there's an explosive spawn there. Then we're going to go to this building and walk in here. There's some explosive spawns on the top rafters. There's a few in some trains. I'll show you when we actually do the run. Then we'll walk out of the same door, jump on top of this train car, then run into this building here. And this building, all of the explosive is on the top metal rafters. Once I'm done with that, you're going to come out here, explosive inside of these little Connex boxes. There's going to be a lot of those. You're going to have to walk in and look behind the door usually. Then we'll go into this building here, and there is a little wagon. We'll jump on top of the wagon, and there's an explosive there. Sometimes I'll skip it, but you can come over here and then look to the right, and there's an explosive on a cabinet there. From there, we can come out of this door, look around here, another explosive in a box. Jump on top of this box, there's an explosive there. We'll come around here, jump on top of the blue box, and there's an explosive laying on top sometimes. Then we'll jump on top of that box, go inside of one here, jump on top of another set of boxes, and there's another one on top. Again, don't worry, it'll make more sense when we actually run it live. Then we'll come around here, walk inside of the green box, there's one in there. And then there's kind of just 3 explosives scattered around here. Again, I'll show you the specific locations when we're actually doing it live. And then we have a long run all the way back into this white building. Inside of this building, there is 2 spawns on the first floor. I think one here and one here. And then there's one on the second floor. From there, we'll just run out, jump inside of that box. There's an explosive there sometimes. Then run in this little warehouse. There's sometimes an explosive in a van. And then we're pretty much done with the run. Sometimes I'll run all the way back down here and check this VSD spawn on top of the building. And then once I'm done with that, I will check these spawns over here again. And that's because they have a chance to respawn while you're doing all the other stuff over here. And then we're done. So I know that's a lot to take in at once. It'll make a little bit more sense once we actually do the run together here in a minute. But I did make this map for you guys, so if you want to download it, it is linked in the description. Once you're actually trying to do this route on your own, I'm sure this would be a helpful reference just to have on a second monitor or something. So let's actually run this route in-game and see what it really looks like. Alright, so here we are on a live server. We're actually on my server. There's not many people on because it's early in the day. There are no missions here, so we won't have to probably deal with any AI or players. There's always a chance you run into them, and that's why I recommend you show up with more gear than what I'm using right here. This is just what I got from looting Kimmick. The route starts here, in these gray buildings. I'm not really sure what to call them. But we're going to go over to the second one. Run over here. There's going to be a gap in the floor. Look down, and there's 3 spawns right here. Now, this time there isn't one. If there was one, I'd jump down, and then I'd go into this hole down there. And I'd crawl through this hole all the way over here. And look down in here. Under the stairs, there is an explosive spawn as well. There isn't one there this time, so I'm just going to keep running. And then we're going to run over here. This is where the hard and epic mission spawns. We're going to go ahead and take a left here. Keep your eye out for bots. They're going to be everywhere in these buildings. And then we're going to check this explosive spawn. We actually got one here. It spawns in this cabinet. Take an immediate left out of there. See this tube? We're going to follow this, I'm just going to call it a tube because I'm not really sure what else it is. And then climb up this wall here. Then you turn around, and there's a spawn right here. There isn't one this time, but there is one sometimes. And we're going to immediately run into this building. There are 4 spawns downstairs, so kind of just check all of these rooms. I can never remember which specific rooms have the explosive spawn. When I see it, I will point it out to you guys. Here we go. There's an explosive spawn in this chair. So that is one of them. I believe there's one on the cabinet here. There's other loot that spawns in this room. Vodka and stuff. And we're going to go behind here. There's a spawn on this shelf. And then that's pretty much it for the downstairs. Just check all the rooms. There's other good loot that spawns down here, so I can pretty much just check everything. Then I'm going to quickly run up these stairs. Take a left here, look in this room. There's a spawn, I think, right on this cabinet. There isn't one this time, so we're going to run back down the stairs. And we're going to go out this door. Hop this fence. And we're going to go in the first floor of this building. This building has 9 explosive spawns total. First ones we're going to cover are this cabinet here. Other stuff that spawns around, so definitely have a look. You're going to need to collect walkie-talkies, electronic components, and batteries for the thinnest explosives, so yeah, here we go. Take a look around and grab those as well. Another spawn in this cabinet. And then we're going to go to the second floor. The second floor has like 6 of the spawns we're going to be looking at here. Moonshine on the chair. Immediately take a right and look in these fallen cabinets. They're going to be spawning in these fallen cabinets here. Looks like there isn't one this time around. On the shelf there's a possible spawn. And there's 2 possible spawns in this room on the shelf as well. Nothing this time. Looks like we got a little crate here. Sweet. Electronic components, battery. Good for us. And then, the last spawn in this room is going to be this cabinet right here. Nothing crazy so far. We aren't getting very lucky on this run, but I can at least point it out for you guys. Then we're going to go to the 3rd floor. And immediately look at this cabinet. There's a spawn there. And we're done in this room. So, another optional thing to do on this run is to check VSD spawns. I'm going to do it for you here, just so you guys know where they are. So we're going to go on the 2nd floor and run across this little bridge into what I call the construction tower. So, go ahead and run up the construction tower here. And then look on top of these stairs. There's a scope spawn right here. Always good to have. And then this is why I say to bring stuff, because there's bots around. Then we're going to walk on this little wooden balcony. There is a possible VSD spawn right here. Nothing this time. I'm going to go on top of this tower because I hear more bots and I don't want to get shot at by a Mosin. Hey, look at that. Free armor. Isn't that nice? Okay, let's continue. And we're just going to go down this tower. Alright, so we're out of the tower. We're going to run right over to this building here. There are 2 spawns in this building. They're pretty easy to remember. One is inside of this red Connex box. There it is. And the second one is right there. So we're going to run up this stairwell. Take a right. And here it is. Wonderful. We're going to immediately run out of these big red doors. Run left past this building. And we're going to jump onto the middle train car right here. There's an explosive spawn here. Nothing this time. And then we're going to run into this building. This building has 5 explosive spawns. The first one is right on this cabinet. It spawns on the 2nd level. It's kind of hard to see, so I usually hit tab. And then we're going to climb up here and jump into this box. And there's an explosive spawn right here. Then we're going to check these cabinets. Good stuff spawns on them. And there's explosive spawns as well. Always good to look at. There's an explosive spawn on one of those 2. I can't remember which one. And then the last 3 are going to be up top here. So, spawn there. Spawn at the end of there, and a spawn at the end of there. Nothing this time, so we're just going to run back down. And we're going to run out this building. Alright, then we're going to check this front little train car right here. No explosive this time. And then there are 3 more explosive spawns in this building. They are all on top of the rafters. So pretty easy to check. Just run right up here. There's one there. And 2 more at the end. Alright, we're going to go down now. And this is the part where we're going to loot a whole bunch of Connex boxes. So, we're going to start with this one right here. Just go ahead and walk in, look behind the door, there's a spawn there. We're going to check this building here. This one is optional, it's a little bit out of the way, but it's easy enough to check and remember. Just open the door, and look right here. Nothing this time. Alright. Now we're going to check this building. See why I said it's a little bit out of the way. Kind of just have to walk back and forth. Go ahead and come in this door. There's a spawn right here. Alright. Continuing out the front of the door. We're going to go left here. And I believe we're going to jump up onto this guy. And there's a spawn right behind the door. Continuing up. We're going to jump on top of this green crate. If I remember right, there's a spawn on top of these boxes somewhere. Next, we're going to come over from the green crates and then go into this red crate right here. Go ahead and look behind the door, spawn right there. And then climb on top of this guy because there's a spawn on top of the roof. Now we're going to jump off these boxes. Go into the green one right here. Spawn behind the door. And then finally we have this little area. So there's a spawn behind the door here. Then you can climb up. There's a spawn pretty much right there. And then climb on top of here. And there's a spawn to the roof. Perfect. So far we've got 6. This run hasn't been extremely profitable. I've come out with upwards of 10 to 15 before. It is just straight up RNG. So now we're going to run over from those boxes all the way over here to this white building. You might recognize this white building from Northeast Military Base. So we're going to come in here, go to the end of the hall, check back here, and there's an explosive spawn there. I also look in the bathroom sometimes, because there's good stuff there as well. And then, check back here, explosive spawn on this cabinet, and on this table. You can kind of see it through the window sometimes. Then we're going to come out the front door. We're going to run all the way over here and jump into that blue box. So, jump up, look behind the door. And finally, we have an explosive spawn in the back of this van. Right there. Also, circular saw. Nice. Alright, we're pretty much at the tail end of our run. Before I leave, I like to check the VSD spawn right there. Some people grab it through the floor. I find that to be a little bit inconsistent, so I'm going to show you how to legitimately jump up there. You're just going to run back here under this little bridge. It's a bit hard. Climb up on this pipe and then crouch jump over. And then you can also crouch jump right on top here. Or you can do this. Takes a bit of practice to get the crouch jump down. VSD spawns right here. And then we're pretty much done. From there, I'm going to jump off this little tower. And I'm going to check the spawns we hit when we started because sometimes they will respawn. So let's have a look down here. Look under the stairs. And look under the floor. Let's see if we get one this time. Nothing. So, that is the entire run. And if you really want to, you can just run this route over and over and over again. And while you're doing it, more explosive will spawn. It's just, you run the risk of getting sniped by somebody. And it's kind of good just to hit it all at once. And just kind of do it one and done. We only got 7 this run. Which is a little bit kind of below average. Usually I get around 8 to 12. I think the most I've gotten out with was 16 explosive in one run. And just for fun, I'm going to keep doing this route because there's nobody on right now. And then I will let you guys know how many explosive I get. This run really only took about 10 minutes to do in total when you're trying to go fast. So it's not a long run. You really can just do it, get out, run back to safe zone, and you should be fine. Okay. I ran the route again. This time I didn't bother checking the spots that I've already gotten explosives from. And it really only took me about 7.5 minutes to complete. I didn't check the VSD spawns either. So I think really, if you're trying to run this route as fast as you can with checking the VSD spawns, it shouldn't take any more than 10 minutes. On this next run, I got about 5 more explosive. So we got a net profit of 12. We also got some walkie-talkies, electronic components, and batteries, which you will need to craft walkie-talkies, which you need to make explosive charges. So in total, I actually looted the amount of walkie-talkies that I'm going to need to turn these 12 explosives into 3 explosive charges. If you do need more batteries, walkie-talkies, and electronic components, I recommend running this route from South Safe Zone through Barragavoy, Luzerne, and to the lighthouse. I have a video on that. You can use it to farm explosive detonators, but it's also great for getting these 3 items that you are going to need. So, I hope you guys found this video useful. I've been working on this route for a while now. I've been trying to actually get into raiding and doing a raiding video, and to do that, I want to have a lot of explosives on hand. In any case, I do want to see more people raiding, because I do think it is kind of an underappreciated thing in Deadside. Not really many people do it, which is a shame, because I find it to be very, very fun. So maybe this guide will help people be a little bit more confident to take out these explosive charges and actually go and raid. At the very least, this is a profit of 120k if you're just trying to farm money. So 120k in 10 minutes is pretty solid. It's probably going to be more around 20 because you do have to, run over. But once the boats are out in the next update, I can only imagine how often people are going to be just boating over here, farming, and going to depot their base. If you found this guide helpful, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. I do all sorts of guides, gameplay, and insider preview update videos. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.